Some aircraft were built to destroy enemy positions. Others were designed to carry weapons powerful enough to change history itself. From the bombers that devastated targets across Europe during World War II, to the B-29 missions over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and later aircraft built for the nuclear age, bombers have transformed the way wars are fought. Their technology has evolved from piston engines to supersonic aircraft and stealth bombers that can penetrate modern air defenses. And it all begins with one of Germany's most important bombers of the early war years, the Heinkel He 111, sitting at number 20 on our list. Germany's Luftwaffe relied heavily on the He 111 during the early years of World War II. It became one of Germany's main bombers during the Battle of Britain, attacking British airfields, cities, and industrial targets. But by 1940, it was already becoming vulnerable against faster fighters and stronger air defenses. Despite its weaknesses, it remained in service throughout the war, an aging bomber that Germany kept flying because it still had a job to do. Number 19. Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. The B-17 became the symbol of American daylight bombing over Nazi Germany. Heavily armed and built to survive damage, thousands flew dangerous missions against German factories, railways, and military targets. Its crews suffered enormous losses, but the bomber kept returning to the skies. The aircraft that made the Flying Fortress name legendary. Number 18. Avro Lancaster. Britain's Lancaster became one of the most important heavy bombers of World War II. Flying mainly at night, it attacked German cities, industrial centers, and military targets across Europe. It also carried the famous bouncing bombs used in the Dam Busters raid. Powerful, heavily loaded, and capable of carrying enormous bomb loads, the Lancaster became the backbone of RAF Bomber Command. Number 17. Consolidated B-24 Liberator. The B-24 was produced in greater numbers than any other American bomber of World War II. It served across Europe, North Africa, the Pacific, and Asia, attacking everything from factories to oil fields and enemy shipping. Its long range made it especially valuable for missions where other bombers struggled to reach the target. The bomber that was everywhere because America built thousands of them. Number 16. Boeing B-29 Superfortress. On August 6, 1945, a single B-29 named Enola Gay dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and killed 80,000 people in seconds. 3 days later, another B-29 dropped a second bomb on Nagasaki. Japan surrendered within a week. The U.S. Army Air Forces built the B-29 specifically to reach Japan from bases in the Pacific, and it did exactly that. Before the atomic missions, B-29s firebombed Tokyo and killed more people in a single night than the nuclear bomb at Hiroshima, the bomber that ended World War II. Number 15. Tupolev Tu-4. The Soviet Union wanted a bomber capable of reaching the United States, and the American B-29 provided the blueprint. Soviet engineers reverse-engineered captured B-29 aircraft and created the Tu-4. It became the Soviet Union's first true long-range strategic bomber capable of delivering nuclear weapons, a copy that gave Moscow its own long-range nuclear strike capability. Number 14. English Electric Canberra. The Canberra was Britain's first successful jet bomber and became one of the most widely exported bombers of the Cold War. It served with numerous countries and saw combat in conflicts from South Asia to the Middle East and the Falklands War. Its speed and high-altitude performance made it difficult to intercept in its early years. A British bomber that found a second life in air forces around the world. Number 13. Boeing B-47 Stratojet. The B-47 introduced a completely new era of strategic bombing. Its swept wings and 6 jet engines gave it remarkable speed for the 1950s. The United States built more than 2,000 of them, with many assigned to nuclear deterrence missions against the Soviet Union. It helped America master the technology that would lead to the B-52, the jet bomber that bridged World War II and the nuclear age. Number 12. Tupolev Tu-16 Badger. The Soviet Tu-16 was designed as a long-range jet bomber, but became much more than that. It could carry conventional bombs, nuclear weapons, and anti-ship missiles. Several countries operated versions of the aircraft, while China eventually developed its own H-6 family from the design. a Cold War bomber whose influence lasted far beyond the Soviet Union. Number 11. Vickers Valiant. The Vickers Valiant was Britain's first operational V-bomber and a key part of its early nuclear deterrent. It also saw combat during the 1956 Suez Crisis, making it the only V-bomber to drop conventional bombs in wartime. However, structural fatigue eventually ended its career earlier than expected, a nuclear bomber that actually went to war. Number 10. Avro Vulcan. The Avro Vulcan was designed to carry nuclear weapons deep into Soviet territory. Its distinctive delta wing design made it one of the most recognizable bombers of the Cold War. In 1982, Vulcans flew Operation Black Buck against Argentine positions in the Falklands, requiring multiple aerial refueling operations. A nuclear bomber that traveled thousands of miles to fight a completely different kind of war. Number 9. Handley Page Victor. The Victor was the third British V-bomber and eventually became one of the most useful. When its bombing career ended, many Victors were converted into aerial refueling tankers. During the Falklands War, they provided the crucial fuel that allowed British aircraft to operate over the South Atlantic, a bomber that became just as valuable after it stopped dropping bombs. Number 8. Tupolev Tu-95 Bear. The Tu-95 first entered service in the 1950s and remains operational today. Its enormous contra-rotating propellers give it a distinctive sound and allow it to cruise over extremely long distances. Modern versions can launch long-range cruise missiles from outside enemy air defense zones, a Cold War aircraft that has survived into the modern era. Number 7. Tupolev Tu-22M Backfire. The Tu-22M was designed to attack important targets at long range, including naval forces. Its supersonic speed and ability to carry large missiles made it a serious threat during the Cold War. Later versions have also been used in conventional combat operations, a bomber designed for high-speed, long-range strikes. Number 6. Rockwell B-1 Lancer. The B-1 was designed during the Cold War to penetrate Soviet defenses at high speed and low altitude, but the Cold War ended before that mission became necessary. Instead, the B-1 was transformed into a powerful conventional strike aircraft, carrying large numbers of precision weapons, a nuclear bomber that found a new purpose after the enemy it was designed for disappeared. Number 5. Tupolev Tu-160 Blackjack. The Tu-160 is the largest and fastest operational strategic bomber ever built. Its variable sweep wings allow it to cruise efficiently and then accelerate to supersonic speeds. It can carry long-range cruise missiles and nuclear weapons over enormous distances. Its size, speed, and range make it one of the most powerful bombers ever produced. Number 4. Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. The B-2 changed strategic bombing through stealth. Its flying wing design dramatically reduces its radar signature, allowing it to penetrate heavily defended airspace and strike targets with precision weapons. B-2 aircraft flew extremely long combat missions during the Kosovo War, a bomber designed to enter places traditional aircraft could not safely reach. Number 3. Xi'an H-6K. China's H-6K is a heavily modernized development of the Soviet Tu-16 design. It features modern engines, electronics, and long-range cruise missiles, giving China a significant standoff strike capability. Its role includes targeting distant land and maritime targets across the Western Pacific. A 1950s design transformed into a modern Chinese strategic weapon carrier. Number 2. Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider. The B-21 represents the next generation of American stealth bombing. Designed for long-range missions against advanced air defenses, it combines stealth, modern sensors, and networked warfare capabilities. The U.S. Air Force plans to build a large fleet of B-21s to gradually replace older bombers. The bomber designed for the wars of tomorrow. Number 1. Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. The B-52 first flew in 1952 and is still serving more than 7 decades later. It has participated in conflicts from Vietnam to the Middle East and has carried conventional and nuclear weapons throughout its career. Its enormous range, payload, and ability to receive constant upgrades have kept it relevant for generations. The U.S. Air Force plans to operate upgraded B-52s well into the future, the bomber that refused to become obsolete, and the aircraft that earned the #1 spot.